Are you looking to buy a new smartphone that works well, but you don't want to spend a fortune on it? Hey there, my name is Vic Christoph with Phone Arena, and I've picked 6 budget phones under $250 that will not drive you mad and that you might even enjoy using. Keep in mind that we're talking cheap phones here after all, so you can't expect much in terms of fancy features or super high quality cameras. What we can expect, however, is decent performance, good battery life, and a nice screen. With no further ado, let's get started. The first device that we recommend you consider is the Blue Vivo XL3. On sale for less than $150 at the moment of this video, the Vivo XL3 has the shiny looks with a full-on glass back that is impressive for such a cheap phone. The XL3 is a 5.5-inch phone with an LCD HD Plus display, which looks a bit washed out, which is probably the biggest compromise with this cheap phone. Under the hood, there is the octa-core MediaTek 6737 processor with 3GB of RAM. The phone comes with a headphone jack, unlike many more expensive phones, and on the back you find a fingerprint scanner. While you can't expect fast software updates with Vivo phones, this particular phone already ships with Android 8.0 Oreo on board. Next on the list is the LG Q6. The Q6 looks very similar to the pricier LG G6 flagship, with a nearly bezel-less display that is the star of the show here. Unlike the G6 though, the back of the Q6 is made of plastic that scratches extremely easily. This Amazon Prime exclusive phone sells for $250 unlocked and sports a 5.5-inch Full HD LCD screen with a 2:1 aspect ratio. It has a likable interface compared to other cheap phones and has a decent camera. Under the hood it runs on the Snapdragon 435 chip, but the biggest compromise with it might be the lack of a fingerprint scanner. Instead you only get Face ID that doesn't work all that well, or you need to manually type in a code like in the good old days. Next up we have the Nokia 6. Nokia is back and Nokia phones now run Android, which is a great thing. The Nokia 6 is a sturdy phone that is made of metal and features a 5.5-inch display with a Full HD resolution that looks very good. Under the hood you have the Snapdragon 430 system chip with 3GB of RAM and connectivity perks like NFC for payments. Add a very good battery life and the capable 16-megapixel camera, and the $200 Nokia 6 looks like a great value for the money months after its launch. Good job, Nokia! Then there is one device that you cannot get in the United States, yet has rave reviews internationally, and we ought to mention it. The Xiaomi Mi A1. The Mi A1 features a metal construction, a 5.5-inch Full HD display, and the Snapdragon 625 chip under the hood, a rarity for such a cheap phone, as this chip is both powerful and extremely frugal in terms of power consumption. This is an Android Go phone as well, and it's getting updated regularly, and it costs under $250, which makes it an absolute steal, if only you can find it in your market. Next, one of the very best cheap phones that you can get right now is the Honor 7X. This is an easy to recommend phone. With a price of under $200, it offers a good looking big 6-inch screen with small bezels and a 2:1 aspect ratio, as well as a smooth performance and an excellent battery life. On the back you have a dual camera system with a 16-megapixel main camera and a 2-megapixel secondary shooter for depth information, so that you can capture those coveted portrait images with a blurred background. Last but also probably your best option is the king of affordable phones, the Moto G series. The G series recently got updated with the Moto G6 lineup, and it comes in 3 flavors. The basic Moto G6 Play, the mid-range Moto G6 with a dual camera and faster processor, and an even bigger phone, the Moto G6 Plus. Only the G6 Play and the G6 are coming to the United States with a release date set for late May, and prices starting from $200 for the G6 Play and $250 for the G6. We have already had the chance to take them for a spin and found their design to be much improved and cameras to be better than before, so we're definitely excited to recommend you consider the new G6 when they are